It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Indiana Pacers. Taking a look at the Pacers, playing above 500 in the last few weeks. Not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
And sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, say does that star yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
our national anthem performer, Linda Lind, and we're getting ready for sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. The Pacers still playing on their home court in this one. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, what it was.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, and they were in it right until the bitter end, so that's good stuff.
And let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance moments ago to talk with Ed.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical message. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Clark, when you went up against another great forward in the league, what was your mindset?
One, I wanted to go right at him. I wanted to put him on his heels, be attentive to trying to disrupt him and make him uncomfortable, because if you can get a guy off his game a little bit, that can serve you and your team well. So early, I wanted to get off to a good start. Be physical and try to assist.
And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. The two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Thomas is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's Thompson and falls. Collison's got the first points up on the board for Indiana.
Sensing the opportunity there, Collison sneaking inside for the finish.
Back to Thomas. With the shot. Misses off the left iron. On defense, Cleveland outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one at 3.
And you know what, Greg, you can't afford to be a one-function offense. You know what I mean? You've got to be versatile. You've got to spread it out and mix it up inside, too.
And it's sent back by Turner. Inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Thomas with the ball. Picked up by Collison. Young with the steal. Collison kicks to Oladipo. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Turner with a screen on Wade. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Thompson comes with the double team. From deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Thomas. Shot clock reset for Cleveland. Kicks it out to James. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Second chance shot, and it's sent back by Turner.
What timing from Turner. I mean, that's a big part of blocking shots. Reading the shooter and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Love.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are. And, you know, Miles Turner, a 5-star recruit coming out of Trinity High School near Dallas, was Big 12 Freshman of the Year at the University of Texas. And he keeps working, and he's getting better and better and has all-star potential.
And Clark, you've been around the Pacers. What are your impressions of Miles Turner?
Great maturity for his age, humble, hard-working, hungry, smart, and I think he wants to be great. That's all good stuff.
Now, here's Wade. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. It's stolen by Oladipo. And here's the fast when he can't cap off the break. Cavaliers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Offensive rebound. Outside for Thomas. And here's Love from the arc. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Indiana leading. And the pass to Turner. Outside Collison. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Thomas against Collison. And Thomas. Here we go. Here's Bogdanovich, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And James throws it down.
Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Oladipo with a screen on Wade. Here's Young. Here's Oladipo. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Oladipo's got his first 2 points of the night. Wade with it. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Kicks it out to Love. Bogdanovich against James. No good that time. Nice D from Oladipo. Pacers leading by 4. And Bogdanovich kicks to Collison. With some arc, and the layup is up and in.
And Collison's quickness enabling him to slice to the rim there.
Pass to Love. The screen from Thompson. Here's Thomas. And that's going to be a travel. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Pacers.
And it was a versatile offense they featured. So many teams these days rely heavily on the 3-point shot, but they kept it balanced. The triple was still a big part of what they did, but it wasn't the only thing they did.
Oladipo sets the screen for Bogdanovich. And the shot is long. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Wade dishes to Love. And another miss by Cleveland. Outside Bogdanovich. And stolen by Thomas. LeBron outside. Here's Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And during this part of the season, a lot of lengthy road trips can be found for teams in the league. Clark, I would assume it's maybe sometimes hard to play at your best when you've been on the road for a long time.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, there's a galvanizing aspect to being on the road because it's just you and your teammates against the opponent. But when you're out on the road for a long time, things can get a little stale. You can become a little distracted. So it becomes very difficult, particularly for young teams, to work through the grind and adversity of being on the road. Veteran guys are used to it, but the young fellas often struggle with that.
Young, tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 13-point game against Sacramento. Wade against Oladipo. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own. A dynamite 2-guard who is also a clutch performer.
First trip to the line for him here.
And, you know, with Nate McMillan taking over the Pacers last season, their offense was much improved. He had a good stint as a head coach in both Seattle and Portland, but there was some slippage defensively with the Pacers, and now it's about striking the right balance between offensive prowess and defensive improvement. And that layup is usually going in, especially when the defense is as lazy as that.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now, here's Thomas. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And it's sent back by Turner. Thompson with the bucket. Indiana's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Young. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Indiana.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half. Really getting after it defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Lance Stephenson's checked in for Bogdanovich, and it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Then for the Cavaliers, Smith comes in for Dwayne Wade, and it's Rose in for Thomas. And it's Smith missing.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Stephenson drives in.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Al Jefferson is checked in for Indiana, and Robinson III comes in for Oladipo. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Crowder's checked in. Now, here is Smith. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here is Stevenson. They're leading by 8. Here's Jefferson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Rose. 17 points for him last game against Sacramento.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And Indiana making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Shumpert in there for LeBron. Now Joseph. A 17-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Now here is Smith following the miss by Al Jefferson. The kick out to Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall. Here's Joseph. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Rose up on top. He's covered by Joseph. Smith with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Indiana leading by 8. Here's Stevenson. Passes it to Sabonis. Pulls it up. No good off the front iron. Cleveland's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And the wide open shot from Crowder. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Here's the screen. Outside Robinson. Jefferson, a screen on Shumpert. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Al Jefferson grabs the miss. Smith against Stevenson. Pass to Sabonis. He can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Robinson kicks to Stevenson. Robinson, a screen on Shumpert. The 9-foot shot. It's tipped. Joseph against Rose. Feeds it to Crowder. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Crowder, a screen on Joseph. Rose. And it's blocked by Stevenson. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Five to shoot. Crowder, a screen on Joseph. Rose kicks to Crowder. Low block shot on the way. Sabonis grabs the board.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Crowder on target from 13 feet. And now just a 1-point Pacer lead.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open. And Jay Crowder, one of the bigger pieces in the trade that brought him to Cleveland, always seemed to be the odd man out with the revamped roster in Boston. But he's got some strength and length on that wing. Also, some toughness and depth.
That gives them the lead. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
Here's Jefferson. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And for the Cavs, getting Crowder in the deal was a big part of why they went with it. He's helped fill a couple of holes Cleveland had, and he's also on a friendly contract, so he'll be a part of this team down the road.
And the Pacers with possession here after the miss from Jay Crowder. Yep, that one goes in there. Jefferson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And this is where Jefferson makes his living, right inside. Really good at creating down low.
Crowder kicks to Rose. And finished off by Rose.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Carter comes in for Shumpert. And here are the Cavaliers. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Rose against Joseph. Outside Rose. Dishes it to Green. Back to Rose. Shoots. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Now it's a 3-point Cleveland lead.
And Rose always looking for his offense, and why not? He can put up points in a hurry.
What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Indiana. They've got Robinson. And Stevenson is out there with Sabonis. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Joseph in at the 1.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Back to Stevenson. 6 on the shot clock. Jefferson, a screen on Smith. Here's Stevenson, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it. Simply missed the connection there. I mean, I like the unselfishness. Admirable, but just not the result.
And Joseph kicks to Sabonis. Back to Joseph, trying his luck deep. Offensive rebound. Jefferson's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Carter. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Now it's a 7-point Cleveland lead. For Indiana, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Sabonis, the pass to Stevenson. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Robinson. Cleveland also making some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Fry. Dwayne Wade comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rose. Collison against Thomas. Rejected by Collison.
Tell you what, that's something you don't see every day. Collison rejecting a shot.
Elbow shot is on the way. Again, Indiana. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Outside, Green. Love in the post, defended by Jefferson. And it's Love missing. Indiana trailing here.
And anytime you think about the Pacers, really hard to forget their recent dominance in the East now. I mean, in 2013, they were 1 win away from the NBA Finals. In 14, they earned the #1 seed in the East, and then it kind of snowballed south since then.
Off the pick. Collison, no good. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Thomas against Collison. Thomas, no good. And for the Pacers, 2 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. They seem poised for a long run. Clark, what happened?
Well, they changed direction. They had 3 all-star caliber players in Lance Stevenson, Roy Hibbert, and Paul George, and David West was an anchor of that team as well. Stevenson left. The league seemed to figure out Hibbert, and PG broke his leg, and just like that, their fortunes changed. And I think, too, the way the league was changing in terms of style of play impacted the decision, too.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
Love. And it's good off the back rim and in. Love's got his first points of the night.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Collison kicks to Joseph. Stevenson against Carter. Outside Collison. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. And it's 7 points for Darren Collison. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
It's stolen by Jefferson. Stevenson outside. Right side Jefferson. Outside Collison. Here's the pass to Sabonis. Stevenson outside. 6 to shoot. Screen by Jefferson. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Shot by Joseph. No good. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin? There are a couple of things. The athleticism, the real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
Thomas, no good.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. LeBron outside. Got a piece of it. Turner with the steal. And here's the break. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Aid from outside. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Pacers leading by 5. Young dishes to Bogdanovic. The feed to Turner. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
I tell you what, Turner just has a beautiful touchdown on the block. I mean, if you get the ball where he wants it, he'll deliver for you.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
And that one's good. Love.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
Turner with a screen for Collison. To the middle. Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather.
And Cleveland making a change here. Crowder's checked in. Turner with the screen. Over Thompson. Young's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 5. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovic. James against Bogdanovic. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Hey, guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Shumpert's checked in, and so Thompson nails both of them. And here are the Pacers now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
And, Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where a team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
And you see Bogdanovic, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No, if anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Turner with the screen. Lock at 6. Turner with a screen on Thomas. And for 3, Collison. No good on that one. Good D by Thomas.
He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
Turner with the steal. Now the Pacers moving it up. Oladipo's running. No good. Shot missing. And Cleveland will come the other way. Bogdanovich against LeBron. Yes, that goes in. James has got 6.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Bogdanovich against LeBron. Good D by Thompson.
Great look, but he couldn't finish everything but, is how we say that. Surprising since the defense was very pedestrian.
It's stolen by Oladipo. Fires from 14. Here's Young. Shumpert with some nice D. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Crowder kicks to Thomas. On the wing, James. Back to Thomas. Over Collison. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him. Get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
To end the drought, a nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 11 points in the quarter.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
On the wing, Shumpert. Back to Thomas. Thompson in the corner. It's taken away by Collison. Over Thomas. And the shot falls short this time.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now. And with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And the shot is good.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Oladipo outside. Bogdanovich against Shumpert. And Bogdanovich kicks to Turner. And Thompson sends it back. Shot's good by Turner.
And doing much better now. In that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities. Bouncing back nicely here in the second.
In the corner, Crowder with it. It's Thomas outside. Offensive rebound. Here's Thompson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And here is James. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
Yeah, excellent work on the boards that night. Always in attack mode, and that allowed him to get plenty of rebound.
Indiana's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Outside Collison. Lays it up off the glass. Collison's got 5 points in the quarter.
$175, and that might be generous for DC. He says, I don't care. I'm attacking the defense no matter what size I am.
LeBron against Bogdanovich from 17 feet out. And again, it's Cleveland.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. Young sets a screen for Oladipo. Back to Young. And the layup's good off the glass. Young's got 5 points so far.
Outstanding anticipation that time from Oladipo, seeing the floor extremely well and then zipping the pass over to the open man.
Right side Thomas over Collison. Offline with the baseline jumper. That shot missing. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's the Pacers. They're up by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Dwayne. How did you evaluate the first half?
I like the way we started the game. You know, sometime on the road we start off slow, so I thought we got to the fight early. And it's our 2 good teams, so, you know, it's the way it should be.
Yeah, we'll see if you can keep their crowd out of it in the second half. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They were a little more aggressive in the second quarter, and it paid off. They went from trailing to now holding a 2-point halftime lead. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Way too many turnovers, Ernie. I understand pushing the action, trying to make things happen, but you gotta be under control. Forced turnovers are one thing. Being completely careless is another. At least they have another half of basketball to improve.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Bojan Bogdanovic with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Here's Thomas. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, inside we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. D-Wade out there with Isaiah Thomas. And it's James in at the small forward position. Wade passes to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. LeBron outside for the lead. And here's Love from the arc. It's rebounded by Indiana. The host of the Denver Nuggets after this one. Collison kicks to Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovic in the corner. Knocked away. And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovic touched it last. The Cavaliers trailing. Thomas with the ball. James in the post. Back to Thomas. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Just 5 to shoot. A shot by LeBron, no good. And Indiana shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Young, a screen on Thomas. Here's Collison. Bogdanovic wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. LeBron kicks to Thompson. It's tipped and out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for James.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Bogdanovic, good on the triple. Bogdanovic has got the first points in the second half here for Indiana. Collison against Thomas. To the paint. Out to Wade. For 3. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson. Wade's got 9.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Collison, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. James dishes to Thomas. Love with the screen for Thomas. Out to Wade for the lead. Over Bogdanovic. LeBron shot is off.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And Bogdanovic kicks to Oladipo. Turner with the screen on Wade. Oladipo misses.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Collison kicks to Young. Baseline jumper. Great D that time from Love.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only one for the first 5.
And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top 2. Jordan with 6 titles. Hard to see LeBron surpassing that. But just to be in the conversation with the GOAT is an achievement in and of itself.
For Cleveland, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Some changes for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. And Stevenson comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison. Then for the Cavaliers, Smith checked in for Wade. And it's Rose in for Thomas. Now Cleveland moving it up. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's James, and LeBron throws it down hard.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Indiana. Clark, when you were playing, what was your game day routine like?
Well, it was simple. I didn't complicate things, Kevin. I tried to get a good meal, was just beginning to learn how to eat properly and best for my body. And then I would always try to get an hour to 2-hour pregame nap. That goes all the way back to high school. I enjoyed just getting off my feet. Sometimes I would fall asleep completely. Other times I would just kind of drift into a light sleep. But just having that routine of resting before games was part of how I got ready to try to serve the other guys up.
James, the pass to Rose. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists in the game. Here's Oladipo. He has 6. Screen by Jefferson. Out left to the wing. Joseph dishes to Jefferson. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Thompson's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Stevenson against James. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Stevenson. Cleveland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Love outside. And here's Rose outside. It's rebounded by Indiana. Oladipo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. And the layup's good off the glass. Jefferson's got 6. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Love outside. He dishes it to Smith. Now here's LeBron. 12 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Over in the corner, Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall. For Indiana, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Oladipo left side over Rose. Oladipo misses.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Love with the screen on Joseph. Rose passes to LeBron. Back to Love. Launches a 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Joseph with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. Smith against Oladipo. Here's Jefferson. That one a little long. For Cleveland, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Thompson, a screen on Joseph. Here's Rose to stop the drought. And Jefferson sends it back.
Great seeing Jefferson show us some defense there, Kevin. I mean, with his length, he rejects shots when he jumps and times it right.
Stevenson dishes to Joseph. Pass to Sabonis. Fires from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. He has 7. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Here's Sabonis. He's guarded by Love. Sabonis, the pass to Oladipo. It's good. Oladipo's got 8 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end. That defense was totally lost. Don't know how you let a shooter get off such a clean look from beyond the arc. Come on, you got to pay attention.
Joseph sets a screen for Stevenson. Oladipo outside. Screen by Jefferson. Oladipo against Thompson. Oladipo misses.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Offensive rebound.
Kicks it out to James. It's stolen by Oladipo. He feeds it to Joseph. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. The screen from Thompson. Rose kicks to Love. Sinks that one from the post.
Boy, the defense looked helpless there. I mean, he's going to lay it up every time, but he's got a smaller defender on him.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Rose dishes to Crowder. And Jefferson sends it back. Stevenson outside. Kicks it to Young. Screen by Jefferson. Young passes to Jefferson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
The kick out to Crowder. There's the dish to Love. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the NBA has had coaches who are as legendary as any player. With that in mind, Clark, who is your pick as the greatest coach of all time?
Man, I can't even begin to have an answer for that one. There's some guys that jump out, though, when you think about that list, who would be on it. Greg Popovich for sure, and Phil Jackson would have to be included on that list. Fred Auerbach, and Chuck Daly for the way he was able to manage his players. Pat Riley, you'd have to consider him as part of being on somebody worthy of that list as well. And I'll even go back a little farther and throw Lenny Wilkins in the mix. I thought he was really good with a number of different teams that he coached.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little, and finally now taking the lead.
The Pacers making a change here. Collison's out there.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
The 9-foot shot. Here's Turner, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Turner's got the game tied up here for the Pacers. Defensive pick by Love. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the third. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Love's got 6 points in the quarter. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And Young kicks to Robinson. Young sets a screen for Robinson. Over Wade, Turner. And Turner stays with it. Turner's got 11.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside Crowder. Cleveland moving the ball around. Out to Smith. Buries it down low. He has 7.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
And Young kicks to Robinson. Left side, Turner. Over Love. No good. What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right back after this break. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Indiana trailing here. Young and Turner up front. Collison is out there with Robinson. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. A step back shot here. Here's Young. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you look at Young, and clearly he's a little undersized when he gets inside, but he knows how to create contact and use his body effectively.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes. He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Smith against Bogdanovich. In the corner, it's Robinson. Shoots a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. The Cavaliers shooting 43% from the field. Rose against Collison. Rose kicks to Wade. The feed to Love. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his 3rd assist on the night. Indiana's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Robinson a screen on Wade, and it's Bogdanovich off the drive.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Turner against Love. Over in the corner, Rose. Another 3 for Cleveland.
You know, Love is, as we've seen, a solid passer for a big man. Great at breaking down the defense and firing the pass to an open teammate.
Collison with a screen on Smith, and Bogdanovich kicks to Collison. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Left side, Rose. Rose double teamed. Clock at 6. From 12 feet out. Fires from deep. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Collison. The shot, no good. Rose with some nice D.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Crowder sets a screen for Wade. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
free throw good from Wade. A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for J.R. Smith. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for Rose. Both free throws good from Wade. Pacers trail by 5. Right side, Collison. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
And Collison has a nice stroke, a quirky release, but never going to pass up the mid-range jumper when it's there for him.
Outside, Crowder. For 3, Love. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Outside, Robinson. Out to Turner. Outside, Collison. Fires from 14. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Turner. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Love outside. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know what? The switch has flipped, and he's in that proverbial zone right now, knocking down 3 of 4 here in the 4th.
That free throw good from Kevin Love.
And some doubted whether Kevin Love could be a star in the NBA, even after he dominated at every level, and I think he's answered those doubts.
Here's Robinson, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Cleveland gets called for the foul.
Glenn Robinson, the third. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. LeBron's checked in for Jay Crowder. Robinson hits them both. For Cleveland, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Thomas. Good. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, fatigue really a factor. You can see the heavy legs, and that's why he was wide open on that shot. The defender just couldn't get to him.
That one good for 2. 14 points for LeBron.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Robinson dishes to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 8 points for Thaddeus Young.
Young is often overmatched because he's not as big as other power forwards, but he still finishes inside at a high rate.
LeBron kicks to Love. Back to James. Passes to Thompson. Outside for Thomas. Love outside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Some changes for Indiana. Oladipo, he's checked in for Robinson. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. Turner with the screen. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Turner with the screen. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Stolen by Thompson. Outside Thomas. Back to Thompson. And he banks in the layup.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through.
And Oladipo kicks to Young. Turner with the screen. Oladipo goes in. And the rejection by Love. James with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. LeBron, no luck. Pacers trail by 4. And Joseph kicks to Young. Pass to Turner. Over Thompson. The shot by Turner, no good.
Tell you, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, the defense right on him. You need to get a better shot than that.
Knocks it loose. Young passes to Bogdanovich. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Cleveland leading by 4. Wade outside. To the inside. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. It's LeBron with the drive. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
We're watching a legend. And LeBron James said he's chasing a ghost. He wants to be the greatest player of all time.
He misses the free throw.
Well, last season, LeBron very outspoken, saying the Cavs were too top-heavy. The Irving trade has brought them some much-needed depth. And even with one miss, he's still able to stretch that to a 2-possession game. That is huge for them right now.
Shots good from Young.
That is Young showing you he can also handle the ball in the pick and roll and be effective. Cash money.
And you talk about the depth for the Cavs. Crucial when facing a team like the Golden State Warriors. If everything comes together, I think there's a chance their trade with Boston might give them a better shot at winning it all.
5 on the clock. The drive by James, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich. Free throw good, LeBron.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And the Pacers have made the playoffs back-to-back seasons and have only missed the playoffs once in the last 7 seasons, including a couple of trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. Nevertheless, there's a growing concern in Indy that the team has stagnated a bit and needs to move forward at a greater pace than what they had. And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Here's Bogdanovich. That one doesn't go. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And for the Pacers, 2 consecutive seasons making the playoffs as the 7th seed. Both times Clark knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, and, you know, last season got swept by the Cavs, and Game 3 gave up the largest second-half comeback in NBA history, a game the Pacers should have won, certainly not the way they hoped to finish.
Oladipo, an easy layup after coming off the pick.
And the way Oladipo handles himself from inside is commendable. I mean, actually, it's tremendous. He does a nice job utilizing the strength that he has.
And Thompson kicks to Thomas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Thomas.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Turner with the screen. Turner with a screen on Thomas. Joseph dishes to Turner. Fires from 14 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Boy, Thaddeus Young showing you that he's a guy you can count on when things get tight. Big hoop there.
Thompson, a screen on Bogdanovich. Down low, shoots. And it's sent back by Turner. And they'll keep possession. Thomas passes to Love. That's a pick by Love. Second shot opportunity. James misses. Pacers trail by 5. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. James covering. Bogdanovich, no luck. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the 4th quarter. From deep, Thomas. And Thompson kicks to Thomas. Stolen by Joseph. Bogdanovich with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Feeds it to Joseph. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th. 6 to shoot. Here's Oladipo. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Love's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Thomas. Good, and the assist goes to James. Thomas got the lead up to 7 out for Cleveland.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. They set the screen. And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Turner with his screen on Love. Back to Joseph. From deep. Isaiah Thomas grabs the miss. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Indiana, they're working against the clock right now. Joseph with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Here's Young. Buries it down low.
It's going to take a lot more than that to keep Young from converting that play.
There's 45 seconds left in the game. Outside Thomas. He kicks to Love over Young. Another miss by Love. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
Young outside. Oladipo for 3. Love grabs the board. Here's Thomas. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing it.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.